Hi guys, this is just a quick video. It goes with the last video I released about the Valentine's Day book, but it's standalone as well for AI. In particular, I want to demonstrate how AI, Midjourney, and I've used ChatGPT, can really help your books stand out and become more individual. If you use assets from Creative Fabrica, they are good, but everyone who's got access to Creative Fabrica can use them. If you want yours to stand out and be different, AI is the way to go. Let's get on with the vid. So I've just finished editing the videos and I thought I should really show you what you can make with these AI images. So this is the double page spread I've made with the AI files. It's in the exact same style as the Love Notebook thing, but it's all AI. So this lady here is AI, this pattern's AI, this notepad piece is actually just a white rectangle with blue lines across it in the form of a table, and these bits of tape again, it's just rectangles. But just to show that you can make a book that's just as good quality as the book I made with the Creative Fabrica assets, but you can do it with AI, make it more unique. No one else is going to have these images. So that's it. I'll let you get back to the video. Hi guys, this is just another quick video, and it goes hand in hand with the video I released yesterday. Obviously, if you're watching this in the future, I've released a video on how to make what I think is a very lovely Valentine's Day gift for KDP. It's a book all about love notes. I'll link it in the description. Watch it. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, in there I use Creative Fabrica, and the assets there are great, but they are limited and everyone's going to use them. If you have access to Midjourney in particular, you can do it with it. Leonardo. ChatGPT isn't as good, but you can still get around that by upscaling. You can create your own assets. So as you can see here, I've been experimenting a little bit, and when it comes to tiling, a tiling image, that's an image that can be repeated over and over again. As you can see, the top of this image coincides with the bottom of this image, and left and right. You can get away without having to upscale. You just use 4 images. I'm going to link to another video in the description. I did make a vid where I compared the print quality of AI images, upscaled, upsampled, and just tiled across the page. And I discovered that on an 8.5 by 8.5, which is what this book is, 4 images, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 by 2 grid, is absolutely indistinguishable from an upscaled image to 3000 by 3000 pixels. So that's one way to get around it. Anyway, you can see the prompt here, a repeating pattern, hand-drawn hearts on a pink background. And these are as good as anything that I've found on Creative Fabrica. Now we can rerun this and just see what else it gives us. It's using the exact same prompt, but it'll give us different images. And then afterwards I might just do a generic one like a hand-drawn Valentine's pattern. I'll put repeating in there. And then the tag tile. So we'll see what this comes up with. So these aren't as good. That one's usable. That one isn't. That one, yeah, you could use that one. That one's a bit faint. So in 2 prompts, we've got 6 usable. Oh, and I like the look of these. Do I not like the look of these? Brilliant. So you can just go to Midjourney if you have it, Leonardo if you don't, hand-drawn repeating patterns, and you're there. So these are your background sorted. Again, I'll rerun this while I pop into ChatGPT and see what happens there. So here we are in ChatGPT. So I'll just put in create a hand-drawn, whoops, repeating pattern, hearts on a pink background. I'll add the word tile or tiling pattern, but it probably will come out as a pattern that's got tiles on it. Right, now here it has produced 2 responses. It doesn't always, it just does sometimes to help train itself. I do like these images though. Very, 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 very nice, but they're not tiling. If you look at them, you think, oh, they might tile. You might not make that noise, but they don't. And to prove that, I'm going to pull them into Affinity Publisher and we'll see what happens. So here is each of the images on an 8.5 by 8.5 page, and we'll just see how they tile. So in the corner, Shift Control, drag, click. So you see it almost tiles, but it doesn't quite. You see, almost, but not quite. We'll try the other 2. It's just a little bit off. Having said that, I do like the image, so you can upscale them. Now there are softwares online you can do it with. Just have a Google. Again, I'll link to the video below where I put all these experiments in, and you'll see what happens if you just use a native image from Midjourney or ChatGPT and stretch it over the full page. It is a little bit pixely, and for fairness, here is the other one, Midjourney, perfectly tiles. So that's the background images taken care of. Let's generate some figures. Now I have experimented with stick figures on here recently, but I'll just start again. So hand-drawn stickman, on a white background, and we'll just see how he appears. So this is what it generates. So these aren't bad images. You can rerun them. You can use the text again, and I'll just put a space there. Hand-drawn stickman on a white background, holding a bunch of flowers. So you want to romanticize your stickman. So there are a few options. You might want to make the figure consistent throughout the book. Now, to do that in Midjourney, it is possible, but it's a little bit awkward when the description isn't like very descriptive. The initial description for this fella is just a stickman. So if I was to, well, we'll do something first. I like the look of this chap, so I'll pull him into the search engine there. The generation engine. I'll click this symbol here because it uses as a character reference. So it'll take the elements of this fella and put them into the next image. But there's probably going to be a problem. I think that they'll use the flowers as part of the reference as well, and they'll think the flowers are part of him. So the next prompt will have what I see in it, but it'll also have the flowers probably. So I'll do a stickman on a white background. Oh, goodness me, come on fingers. Holding a heart-shaped balloon. So we'll see what happens, and then I'll show you what I think you might have to do. There you go. So it's got a similar man there, but he's holding balloons and flowers. So what you have to do in that case is, I'll be a bit more descriptive as well. A happy stickman on a white background. I'm using the word happy because when I just use stickman, you get some absolutely terrifying things. Like that. What are these, man? So these are being generated and I like them all. I'll use this little fella here first. So we'll do it again, a stickman. You've got to specify a white background each time, because if you don't, they'll put them anywhere. Was it holding a bunch of flowers? Not a bump. ChatGPT is brilliant for that sort of thing. If you misspell a word, it still knows what you mean. I'm just wondering, if Midjourney doesn't, then what on earth is a bumpch going to be? Oh, it's done well enough. So none of the images are exactly similar to this man, but they've all got a similar body shape and a smiley face. Now you've got to use the same image each time to get consistent characters. So if I was to pull this chap up there, even though he's generated from this guy, he'd have the flowers in his hands. So this one I'll do a stickman on a white background. Holding a heart-shaped balloon. So I'm imagining it's going to be an image similar to this sort of thing. Not necessarily identical to this chap, but it'll be holding a red balloon. There we go. So if you want consistent characters, you can use the C ref up here, which is, again, a reminder, put an image in there and press that one there, use the character ref. And you get things that are similar, but not exactly the same. And you can always rerun them to get images that you prefer, images that are perhaps more in keeping with your initial character. So we'll see what generates this, and then we'll end the vid. There we go. A whole set of new men. And again, you've just got to see which one suits your fancy, which one fits the character that you're trying to be consistent to. But that's it. That's a quick video on how you can use AI to make all of your books stand out, really, because people are not going to be, if you get your assets from Creative Fabrica, the majority are good, but people will be reusing the same ones over and over again. So to make your book a little bit different, you can use AI. It's also brilliant if you make those craft paper pads. They are excellent, especially Midjourney and Leonardo. Great for creating repeating patterns. So that's it. I'll link to the videos in the description. So there will be the actual book that I'm talking about, the Valentine's Day book, that'll be linked. And also the other video where you compare, or where I was comparing images made with AI using variant techniques to upscale and upsample the images. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.